Hey everybody, since your paper is due very shortly, I just wanted to make a 5-minute video to review a few important things with you. I want to talk quickly about source use, give you a couple reminders of the bare requirements of the assignment, um, and look at a resource that you can use for some of these things. And then finally, I want to give you a little extension, which I'll talk about at the end of this video, okay? So first of all, this is the weekly content for this week. You should have read this by now, I hope. And just a reminder, you've got links to the video about the sample assignment and the actual essay assignment that you were supposed to watch last week. There's a link to the exploratory essay Dropbox or assignment folder. Okay, so let's look at the requirements for the assignment. I want to emphasize at the end here is where you can find the actual requirements for the assignment. These are requirements to receive a passing grade, which in English 102 is a C. So what that means is for this paper, these are the minimum things that need to be done for you to earn a C or better. And it's very important that you have at least 3 good written sources and at least 1 must be located through a library database. So how am I going to know when I'm grading your paper that you have met the requirement for using a library, the library databases, for using OneSearch? I want to talk to you about that really briefly. You might remember in the sample paper from last week, see if I can find it. Here it is. If you haven't watched the video about this sample paper, please do, because I go over a lot of important information. One of the things that I like about this paper so much is that this student organizes the paper according to the major points that she wants to make, and then she uses her sources to help her make that point. So you can see, for example, in this paragraph, she's using every single one of her 3 sources to help her make that point. So that's really important. If we go to her works cited list, you can see at the end of the citation that it says EBSCOhost. That's the name of the database that OneSearch from the library took her to. And then she's got either a web address or a DOI number for that source, okay? So I said that I would not be picky about the little details of formatting in your works cited list, and that's true. Right now, all I want to see is that you have an attempt at a works cited list with every source in your paper listed and enough information that I can find the source if I need to. But you really also need to indicate which of your sources came from OneSearch by either putting the name OneSearch or the name of the database. Okay, so let's go back to content for this week. And I want to show you one other resource that you can use for a whole bunch of things. I linked to this resource last week because it has some pages in it about MLA citation. This nuts and bolts handout has a lot of different resources that you can use this semester. I hope you've looked at it already. It has information like just basic reminders about intros and conclusions. It has stuff about in-text citations, other guidelines for using quotations. So it's going to talk about things like introducing quotations smoothly, and then it has information about works cited lists and so on. Let's go. I'm just going to jump ahead and review this information about citing sources here. That was in last week's video. Reminders about ways to smoothly introduce your quotations so that they flow nicely with your own writing. Here's some other tips for using source material. And then finally, there's a couple pages on works cited lists. Again, we'll get into the nitty gritty later, but here's just a reminder of how you indicate that the sources that you used came from databases. Okay? All right. Finally, at the very end of this is a page about format. Now, I have not included format on the rubric. I'm not too worried yet about the nitty-gritty details. However, I would like you to please double space your paper and use an 11 or 12 point font. If you want to know more of the details, they're here. But the most important things for now are double spacing and a decent sized font. Okay. Finally, the last thing I want to offer to you is a 1-day extension. So the paper that originally is due tomorrow night, Tuesday at 11:59 p.m., is now due Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. If you need more time because of extenuating circumstances, all you have to do is email me before the deadline to ask for an extension. I think everything you need is available to you on D2L, but always email if you have questions, or feel free to set up a virtual appointment for an informal chat. I have some times throughout tomorrow morning and into the early afternoon. Okay? Hope you're doing well. I look forward to reading the results of your hard work these last 2 weeks. Bye.